Beneath Africa's soil lies more than gold. It hides the world's next battlefield. From the deserts of Mali to the jungles of Congo, shadow armies, foreign powers, and mercenaries clash in silence, fighting not for freedom but for control. Russia's Wagner, China's companies, America's covert deals, each carving pieces of Africa's heart while the world looks away. It's not just about resources, it's about power, influence, and a new Cold War fought in the shadows. This is the secret war for Africa, and it's already begun.
Africa holds 30% of the world's mineral resources, half of the world's gold, and the largest cobalt reserves. Its young growing population and vast untapped land make it the ultimate prize in global power politics. For centuries, foreign powers have sought control. Today, the battle has gone underground, a secret war played with money, influence, and sometimes guns.
Russia is back in Africa, but this time it's not about colonies, it's about strategic influence. From Libya to the Central African Republic, Russian mercenaries and military advisors are reshaping conflicts, installing pro-Russian governments, and securing access to resources. In Caire, Wagner troops have trained local forces, protecting mining operations in exchange for gold and diamonds. In Libya, Russian strategy has tipped the balance in the ongoing civil war, quietly securing oil contracts. It's a shadow war, no official declarations, just silent power grabs. Russia's goal, a foothold in Africa to challenge the West, secure energy, and leverage strategic ports for global influence. Meanwhile, China is waging a different kind of war, an economic one. Through the Belt and Road Initiative, China has invested hundreds of billions into Africa's infrastructure. Roads, railways, ports, all paid for with Chinese loans. On the surface, it's development, but beneath it lies influence and dependency. Countries like Zambia and Kenya now owe billions in debt to Beijing, giving China leverage over political decisions and access to critical resources like copper, cobalt, and oil. China doesn't need guns. Its economic grip ensures loyalty, influence, and long-term access. Africa has become a chessboard, and Beijing is moving its pieces carefully. The West is not absent. European powers maintain historical influence, and the United States has strategically positioned bases across Africa, Djibouti, Niger, and elsewhere under the guise of counterterrorism. Behind closed doors, Western companies exploit resources while governments provide military aid to secure influence. In oil-rich Nigeria and Angola, Western interests clash quietly with Russian and Chinese ambitions. It's a subtle tug-of-war. Arms deals, covert support, and economic pressure all shape Africa's political landscape, while most of the world remains unaware. Case studies. Central African Republic. In the Central African Republic, Wagner troops protect mining operations while training government forces. This tiny nation produces vast amounts of gold, and Russia ensures the profits flow to friendly hands. Sudan and Libya. Sudan is a corridor for Chinese and Russian influence, from oil pipelines to military advisors. Libya remains a battleground, with Russia and Western powers supporting opposing factions, quietly shaping contracts for energy resources. Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, rich in cobalt and copper, vital for batteries and electronics, sees a new kind of war. Chinese companies dominate infrastructure and mining rights, while Russia supports local militias to secure gold trade. The stakes are global, and the consequences enormous.
Africa is no longer just a regional battleground. It's the fulcrum of 21st century global power. Whoever controls Africa controls resources, ports, and strategic positions that could shift the balance between China, Russia, and the West. The stakes are high: energy security, rare minerals for technology, and military influence. And for the average African citizen, the consequences can be devastating. The secret war for Africa is unfolding silently, far from public scrutiny. Russia, China, and the West are all playing for power, while the continent itself holds the keys to the next century's global order. Understanding this hidden battle is crucial, because its outcomes will shape the world we live in tomorrow. Subscribe to World O'Clock for more stories that reveal the hidden forces shaping our planet.